Shishir Joshipura, MD and CEO of Praj, is joining us now to talk more about the numbers. Mr. Joshipura, let's understand the revenue growth may have been slightly on the weaker side, but on a sequential basis, on a YY basis, your order flows also slightly on the lower side, 1,000 to 1,100 crore for the last 6-7 quarters. What has led to that?
So, good morning. So our quarterly order book actually is very, very interesting in the quarter gone by that we're discussing here. We are actually very happy with the mix that we are seeing. We are seeing a clear broad basing of our order book, and it is now going to the targeted goals that we had set for ourselves. If you actually see the construction of the order book in the quarter, we have seen segments like CBG, energy transition, PHS, they all started to contribute in a significant way to this order book. And I think that's a very, very healthy sign for the business that we are broad basing our order book. And that is what will augur well as we move forward through our journey. We are very, very happy with the construction of the order book, the way it is developed in the quarter gone by. You will recall that this quarter also saw one of the major announcement from the government on reprioritizing the feedstock from the sugar sector, which used to be our biggest segment. And that reprioritization has obviously led to some temporary halt of sorts because people are reevaluating their position. And even in a quarter like that, we saw this whole strategy that we are working on play out. So we are pretty positive about what we have seen.
Joshipura, the last time that we were talking with you, you were pretty confident of achieving this 4,000 crore rupee revenue in FY24. Given that you've recorded just 2,500 crores in terms of your top line in 9 months, does it seem like 4,000 crores could be difficult?
Yes, a big shift that has happened since we spoke last is what I just mentioned, that the government reprioritized the sugar sector feedstock when they said the syrup-based ethanol production will get reprioritized for the country. We believe this is a short-term arrangement. And as we move forward, we also decided that we will address this whole challenge in a very different way. Rather than just sit by and watch, what we decided was we'll create option for our customers to move away from single feedstocks to a multi-feedstock ethanol production. Because if you have set up a plant, you would like to produce ethanol, feedstock is not such a great criticality in terms of if you have options. And that's what we did, our technology team. So we are now ready to roll out a multi-feedstock option. It may shift the whole effort by a couple of quarters, but we are very, very confident that this is a very, very short blip in the performance.
But at the same time, something which stood out also this quarter was your margin performance. Margins expanded pretty smartly, almost 200-300 basis point. What led to that? Is it a one-off, or now with upwards of 11% will be your new level for margins?
So if you really look at the margin journey, that's something that we've been talking about, that we have made some very conscious efforts to actually ensure that we improve our margin performance. So if you actually look at it over a 2-year period, and it has significantly moved up. Contribution came from many factors. First and foremost is our technology and the play that we upped on our technology side. We have talked about low carbon ethanol. We have talked about multi-feedstock solutions. We have talked about broad basing our product mix. Even between the domestic and international, if you see our order book at 9 months, it's at about 26% international, up from 18%. So we will see many of these levers that we've been working on come into play to actually improve the margin story. So we have no reason to believe that this is a blip in a performance. This is actually something that is a result of our effort over a period of time. So we believe that we'll continue to maintain the same.
Morning. Now, you've also laid that very ambitious target. You want to triple your revenues by 2030. So what really will lead to this growth, this revenue growth?
Well, very interesting. Actually, yesterday's budget lays out a very, very ambitious plan from the government on the whole bio segment in terms of biomanufacturing. The whole bio energy segment has already seen a lot of push coming forward. So I think the whole biomanufacturing push, which government is clearly indicating that they would like to give this a push, we believe will lead to several opportunities as we move forward. Praj is already been working on several of these opportunities. We are already building a bioplastics plant in anticipation that some such thing will emerge in the future. Of course, our effort were based on our read of the way the technology in the society should move to being more sustainable. And now we are very, very happy that government's policy is also indicating it in the same direction. We have announced a large investment in Bangalore facility, where, as I was mentioning earlier, energy transition segment is globally growing, and we have a very, very strong position there. So that will also start to fill in. So we remain confident that all the CPG segment as well, so that all these actions that we have taken in anticipation of these markets developing will start to play out as we move through 2030. And we absolutely remain confident that we'll achieve that guidance.
Good to know. And what about the outlook? I know you spoke about the international the margins, but your international margin business, is that margin accretive? And are you working on increasing the share of your international business?
Yes, the international business is margin accretive, and we are very focused on improving the share of business. As I mentioned to you, the energy transition segment is growing globally, and we have a very strong position on that. The low carbon ethanol is growing internationally, and we have a very strong position on that. We believe that as we move forward through the years, we will see the feedstock equation play out in the international markets in a different form, and we see Europe going the 2G way. So we are very, very confident that all the solutions that we have been working on so diligently for so many years now will start to play out as we move forward through the year, and international market expansion will be one of the key levers for that.
Joshipura, great having you on the show. Thank you so much for the for taking time out and speaking with us today about how your earnings are, and more importantly, your understanding of the takeaways from the interim budget and what they mean for you as a company and the overall industry as well.
Thank you.